You all pass through the large stone doors. Beyond is darkness.
I have dark vision out to 60 feet. Do I see anything interesting?
Understand that with dark vision, you can only see things in shades of gray.
That's how I've always seen the world, man.
The hallway ahead widens into a large chamber. 4 stone columns stand like sentinels, reaching from floor to ceiling. An altar rests at the far end of the room.
I see. I'll move forward to investigate.
Wait. Hold on, big guy. The rest of us can't see in here. I turn back to Steven and hand him a torch. Spark this up, will you? My hands are full.
Totally. I can imagine that my hands are shaking due to extreme heebie-jeebies as I light the torch.
Despite your trembling hands, Stephen, you manage to ignite the torch, bathing the interior in a flickering glow. The once shrouded surroundings emerge from the darkness, revealing a portion of the area up ahead to all of you.
I'll take point. Shout out if you see anything that moves.
Is it okay if I do a high-pitched scream and whinny like a horse?
Knock yourself out.
All of you cautiously move forward. Stephen, because you are at the back of the group, you suddenly hear the sound of metal scraping against stone.
I nearly jump out of my horseshoes and do a high-pitched scream and whinny like a horse. Eee!
Do I hear this? Where is the sound coming from?
Bill, you look past a bucking Stephen and can clearly see the 2 dwarves, Daslin and Norbus, removing metal pitons which are being used to hold open the entrance doors.
Son of a bitch! I'll run toward the door to stop them.
Unfortunately, by the time you reach the doors, they have finished swinging shut.
Can't I just open it from this side?
All you can see is flat stone. There are no handles of any kind.
That is just great! I shout out, open the doors, you little p***s!
Despite Daslin's voice being somewhat muted, his words pierce through, carrying a cautious urgency. We're not keen on those jellies making their way out here if you don't succeed. Eliminate the threat, and we'll grant your freedom, he insists.
I swear, I'm going to clunk their empty heads together once I get out of here.
I walk over to Bill and reach up to gently pet his arm. Hey, man, we're all trapped in here. Let's focus on the task at hand, and then we can get out of here.
Take a breath, buddy. Here, have a swig. I'll hand Bill my wineskin.
I take a big drink from the wineskin and hand it back. Thanks. You're right. Those guys. Let's kick some ass.
You all move back into the area with the large stone columns. What do?
Did you say that there was an altar here?
Yes, you can see an altar along the eastern alcove of this room.
I'll go check it out.
I follow behind Bill, holding the torch.
I'll stay behind the centaur.
Bill, make a wisdom perception check, please.
17.
As your gaze falls upon the altar, its composition seems to be fashioned from limestone. However, your attention is immediately drawn to the distinct patches of dried blood that mar its surface, hinting at a history that is far from benign.
What in the 9 hells?
Furthermore, you catch some sudden movement out of the corner of your eye.
What? Where?
Something big is undulating across the ceiling. This large, yellow, amorphous blob drops from above and lands right next to you, Bill. Everyone roll for initiative.
16.
12!
17.
And the ochre jelly's got a 1.
Wait, did you say jellies as in plural?
I sure did. Bill, you are the first in the turn order.
I'll slash at this thing with my longsword. I got a 12, and that's 13 from slashing damage and plus 2 from my dueling fighting style. Ha ha ha!
Bill, the blade strikes true, but as it slices through the jelly, it seems to have no effect.
The
However, with the jelly having been slashed, you have cut it in half, effectively creating 2 ochre jellies.
Hey, shit.
Uh-oh. Don't do any more slashing damage to that thing. You got any other weapons?
Jerry, can I use a bonus action to change out my longsword for my spear?
Yes, you can. Next is the wizard. Stephen, your move.
I'll move to the opposite end of the room.
Hey, where are you going?
You two are the front liners. I'm being cautiously strategic. I'll hurl a firebolt at whichever jelly is closest to me. Wow. Natural 20.
Yeah!
Light him up, dude!
It takes 16 points of fire damage.
Your mote of fire smacks into the ochre jelly, which blasts off a large portion of it. Clumps of flaming jelly splatter against the wall.
Flaming jelly.
Stephen, it is your turn.
Heck, I am so inspired right now. I move next to Bill, standing shoulder to shoulder with the fighter, and I'll use my bonus action to give him a bardic inspiration.
Thanks, buddy.
For my action, I'll stomp on the jelly with my super duper centaur hooves. I got a 17, and that's 7 bludgeoning damage.
That is just enough to bring it down. How do you do it?
Rearing up on my hind legs, I bring down the full force of my centaur hooves on this thing. I fling more clumps of ochre jelly everywhere.
Well done. The remaining half of the jelly takes a swipe at you, Bill. Yuck, it rolled a 6.
I easily dodge out of the way.
Emerging from the northern wall, a new ochre jelly materializes before the eyes of Stephen and Stephen, its form seeming to ooze into the room like a viscous spill. With fluid motion, it advances towards Stephen, its gelatinous pseudopod lashing out in a strike. Does a 15 find its mark?
Yes, it does. Yuck!
You take 7 bludgeoning damage plus 6 acid damage.
13 damage? Guys, I have only 2 hit points left.
Hold the line, buddy. We got this.
Bill, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to stab at the remaining half jelly with my spear. Run it 15, and that's a 6 piercing damage in total.
Your attack lands with precision, inflicting visible harm upon the ooze. Despite the damage, the creature continues to pulsate with an eerie vitality.
Crap. Okay. I'm going to use my action surge to make another attack. Oof. I got an 8.
That will hit.
What? Really? Nice. No, that's an additional 9 points of piercing damage.
The ooze quivers, its form on the brink of dissolution. Stephen, you're up.
I can see that Bill has severely wounded the smaller ooze, so I will cast Toll the Dead upon it. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 13.
It rolled a 16.
Seeing how I did not hurt the ooze, I'll move back a bit further.
Very well, Stephen, your turn.
I need to heal right now, or I am horse toast. I cast Cure Wounds on myself. I get 9 hit points back. Ooh.
The jelly's turn arrives, and the smaller of the two lunges at you, Bill. 12.
Nope.
The larger one lashes out at you, Stephen. 21.
Oh, no!
You take 15 points of damage in total.
Oh, well, it's a good thing I healed myself because I am now at -4 hit points. Wait, that's not good.
Crap, the centaur is down.
Bill and Stephen, you witness the ooze creature's pseudopod slicing across Stephen's chest, the corrosive acid eating through his clothes and searing his skin.
Yeah, that's no good at all.
Bill, your turn.
Let me think. I'll spear the smaller one first. Yeah! I got a 21, and that's 8 piercing damage, so...
Bill, that's enough to bring it down.
Hells yeah! I run it through with my spear and then fling it across the room, splattering it against the wall.
Marvelous. Stephen, your turn. There is one large-sized ooze remaining.
I'll cast Magic Missile at it for 12 force damage.
Your magical force darts strike the jelly with precision, tearing off chunks of its form. Yet the resilient creature remains standing, its gelatinous structure undeterred.
Fine, I'll stay back here then.
Stephen, since you are unconscious and incapacitated, make a death saving throw, please.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
That is one fail against you. You need to roll a 10 or higher to succeed. If you fail 2 more times, you are dead.
Dead? Like dead?
Yes.
Oh God, oh man, oh God, oh man, oh man. My life is flashing before my eyes. I can see my younger self as a prancing, dancing pony boy.
The ochre jelly makes its attack against you, Bill. 7. That won't hit.
It certainly will not. I'm going to spear this bastard. To 10, and that's 7 piercing damage. I'm turning this thing into Swiss cheese.
Stephen, your move.
Magical equations flash across my mind. Okay, okay. I move to the southwest corner of the room. I shout out, "Mind your ears, everyone." And I cast Thunderwave. The DC to save is 13 for 8 damage and is knocked back 10 feet if it fails.
It got a 17, so it only takes 4 points of thunder damage and is not knocked back. Your spell's power forces the jelly to cling to the floor, and the stone columns shudder, cracks forming on their surfaces from the impact.
Good luck, Pony Boy.
Steven, make another death saving throw, please.
Ooh, 17.
Well met. You are not dead yet. The ooze continues. Its assault against you, Bill. 21. You take 12 damage total. The acid-infused strike breaches your greaves, severely burning your leg. It is your turn now.
Screw this. We need all hands on deck here. I want to use my bonus action to take out my potion of healing and pour it down Steven's throat.
Very well. Steven, roll to see how many hit points you get back.
I get 4 hit points. Well, it's better than nothing. Thanks, Bill.
Stay gold, pony boy. Let's stomp this thing and get the hell out of here. But that's 13 to hit and 9 piercing damage.
Well done. Steven, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try casting Toll the Dead. DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
I got an 8.
Sweet, it takes 6 points of necrotic damage.
Steven, you are now conscious and lying on the floor.
All right, it's go time, fellas. I get to my hooves and once again rear on my back legs to stomp this jerk face. Hi, yo, Colbert, away. Ooh! I rolled an 8.
Don't sweat it, Centaur. Ochre jellies have awful AC. You successfully hit.
Yeah, I totally knew that. The jelly takes 2 points of damage? Lame.
That's unfortunate, but it is the Ochre jelly's turn. It takes another shot at you, Bill.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
23. You take 12 points of damage.
Oh, come on. Well, now I'm down.
No!
We're back to you, Bill. Make a death saving throw, please.
Ian, 18. Yes, y'all. I live sort of.
Steven, you see Bill get struck by the jelly and fall to the ground unconscious. What do?
Enough of this. With my last spell slot, I'm gonna use Magic Missile again. It takes 13 points of damage.
That's more than enough to bring it down. Paint us a picture, Steven.
Enraged, but also stoic at the same time. Enroic, if you will. I hurl 3 bolt of magical force at the ooze, blasting it apart with each shot. Large holes appear where the bolts hit, and the jelly deflates like a poorly made souffle.
Nice. I gallop over and hug the gnome.
Thanks, buddy. I accept his embrace.
Little help? I'm dying over here.
All right. I drop Steven and hurry over to Bill. I kneel down and cast Cure Wounds on him. He gets 5 hit points back.
As your hands touch Bill's injuries, the spell's energy flows through him. The dark bruises and acid burns recede, and Bill stirs awake.
Woo, thanks, Steven. I thought I was a goner for a second.
I know how you feel. We should talk about it. Have a good cry and whatnot.
I think it would be better to take a moment and recuperate. Jerry, can we take a short rest here?
You certainly can. However, Bill and Steven, I want you both to roll a d20, please.
11.
17.
As a result of both of you having to make death saving throws, you each sustain a lingering injury. Bill, you receive a horrible scar. Let's say some of the acid damage splashed onto your face.
What am I now? Two-Face?
You are disfigured to the extent that the wound can't be easily concealed. You have disadvantage on charisma, persuasion checks, and advantage on charisma, intimidation, checks. Magical healing of 6th level or higher, such as heal and regenerate, removes the scar.
I look like a subpar Batman goon. Wonderful.
Steven, you receive a minor scar. The scar doesn't have any adverse effect. Magical healing of 6th level or higher, such as heal and regenerate, removes the scar.
I imagine that this minor scar is clearly visible on my manly chest. From now on, I will keep my shirt unbuttoned to show all who look upon it the immense threats and unnatural dangers that my companions and I have faced.
He gets a badass scar and my face looks like a melted candle. 9 hells.
Hey, Steven, how about a tune while we take our short rest?
Of course, I'll use my Song of Rest feature, so you can all get an extra 1d6 hit points when you roll your hit dice.
And I can use my arcane recovery to get a spell slot back.
And I'll use my power of sitting on my ass and doing absolutely nothing for the next hour.
As everyone settles in, I relax on the floor and begin tapping out a smooth ham bone beat. In dwarven halls of ages past, Bill, Steven, and me, a steadfast cast, exploring ancient realms untold, heroes united, brave, and bold. Ochre jellies, gooey and grim, Face them down with a ham bone trim, Bill and I face to face in that dark and eerie place. Stephen's spells a guiding light. Magic missiles took to flight. Together we fought. Scars we wear, a triumphant tale for all to share. Though knocked down, we rose anew. Stephen's magic, the fight he drew, a final blast. Jellies fell in that dwarven hall. We broke their spell. Rest we shall, hearts aligned, bonds of friendship intertwined, exploring on a fearless team in dwarven halls. We'll chase our dream.
What's the deal with D&D? You're rolling dice. You're battling dragons. You're saving kingdoms. And now you're watching videos about it on YouTube. Thanks for sticking around to the end, folks. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. And if you want to keep the adventure going, subscribe to the channel. Because really, who doesn't need a little more fantasy in their life? Catch you in the next episode.